Why is it so important that organisations get HR right? Well, you know, increasingly people are at the heart of corporate purpose, and that means that you have to build a context which ignites, excites, innovates people, and that's all to do with the HR function and the way that they manage and inspire people in the organisation. You know, when you think about the future of work and how fast things are changing, it's sort of obvious that resilience is at the heart of what a company can do. How do you build that? Well, I'm talking about three things. First of all, you need to think about building emotional resilience so everybody's as inspired as they can be. Also, of course, you have to think about building intellectual resilience so the corporation is wise and thoughtful about the challenges they face. But also, and I think this is the emerging theme, social resilience. How do you build an organisation that has networks and communities that are capable of really sustaining it over the long term? You know, I'm in a very fortunate position to have studied more than 40 companies over the last couple of years, members of our Future of Work consortium. And I think it's difficult to get it right. But let me give you a couple of examples of companies I think are getting part of it right. Tata Consulting Services employs 300,000 people, and what they're doing, I think, really well is to build social resilience. And the way that they're doing that is to use technology, emerging technology, to connect people together, and they are forming themselves, employees are forming themselves into over 3,000 communities of people who are learning from each other. Unilever, of course, is very much in the press these days because Paul Polman, I think, is one of the most charismatic leaders around. But what's, I think, interesting about Unilever is resilience isn't just about what happens inside, it's also about what happens outside. And Paul has said, you know, we are interested in climate change, we want to reduce our carbon footprint, we will reduce it by 50%. And he's been able to use the scaling and mobilizing capability of the organisation to deliver to that very difficult goal. You know, I've been teaching HR at London Business School now for 25 years. My human resource strategy program has run for 25 years. And so we've been watching really carefully what happens to HR people. And I think, you know, it's sad, really, that not more of them get to the top. Some do, but most don't become CEOs. Why? Because CEOs often come from business lines. And I think that if HR really wants to have a voice, they have to really understand the business deeply. And those HR people who do then move into COO and CEO jobs.